It begins in a way you least expect. One moment you are caught in the machinery of everyday life, and the next, something cracks open inside you. Maybe it's a dream so vivid it shakes you awake. Maybe it's a whisper at the edge of your hearing calling you to remember something you thought you had forgotten. I still remember the first time the veil lifted for me, a sudden, overwhelming sense that there was more to this life than the eye could see, more to me than flesh and bone. Have you ever felt that quiet certainty that your true self is far vaster than anything you have been taught? We are not merely bodies stumbling through a material world. We are luminous beings clothed in temporary forms, and the mystic vision is the memory of that greater truth. To awaken it, you must first be willing to see beyond appearances, to question everything you have assumed about reality. Awakening is not a trick of the mind, it is the mind surrendering to something older, something eternal. How much of your life have you lived on autopilot, and what would happen if you truly woke up? The journey to higher realms demands more than belief, it demands transformation. You cannot carry your old fears, your old limitations, into the vastness of spirit. I had to face every lie I had told myself about who I was and what was possible. The mystic vision is not given to those who cling to comfort. It is earned by those who are willing to be remade. Are you willing to let go of who you think you are in order to become who you truly are?
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound insights.
In the first steps of this journey, solitude becomes your sacred companion. You must be willing to step away from the noise of the world, from the endless chatter that drowns out the whisper of the soul. I spent days in silence, days where every second stretched into eternity, and in that silence, I met myself for the first time. Isolation is not punishment, it is preparation. When was the last time you sat in complete stillness, not seeking distraction, but seeking truth? As we go deeper, we realize that the body itself is a gateway to the higher realms. Your physical form is not an obstacle to your awakening, it is the instrument. Through breath, through movement, through sacred attention to the sensations of being alive, we tune ourselves to finer frequencies. Have you ever noticed how your body responds when you are near truth? The shiver down your spine, the goosebumps that rise without warning, these are the language of the spirit speaking through flesh. Meditation is the forge where mystic vision is tempered. But true meditation is not just sitting with closed eyes, it is a state of radical presence. It is being so fully here that the barriers between you and the infinite dissolve. I remember the moment it first happened, one breath, one heartbeat, and suddenly I was no longer confined to my body. I was the trees, the sky, the endless stars. What would it take for you to be so present that you became everything and nothing at once? Along the path, there will be fear. The unknown is terrifying to the parts of us still clinging to control. I felt it too, the heart-pounding terror of stepping into the void without a map. But fear is not a sign to turn back. It is a sign that you are standing at the threshold of transformation. Can you walk through your fear as through a doorway, trusting that something greater waits on the other side? One of the greatest secrets is that higher realms are not elsewhere. They are right here, layered upon this reality like an unseen dimension. Mystic vision is not about traveling to some distant paradise. It is about perceiving the sacred woven through the ordinary. Every tree, every stone, Every face you see is vibrating with the divine, hidden in plain sight. How would your life change if you could see the sacred in every moment, in every breath? Dreams are one of the first bridges to the higher realms. Pay attention to them, for they are not random. They are coded messages from your soul. Keep a journal by your bed. Record everything. No matter how strange or trivial it seems, patterns will emerge, guides will appear, and you will begin to navigate the landscape of your deeper self. When was the last time you treated your dreams as sacred rather than just imagination? Another potent key is the cultivation of wonder. The more you marvel at the mystery of existence, the more the mystery reveals itself to you. Wonder cracks open the rigid shell of logic and invites magic back into your life. I challenge you, can you look at the sky tonight, at the infinite stars burning millions of years away, and feel the awe that reminds you of your place in the great dance of being? As your mystic vision awakens, you will begin to encounter signs and synchronicities. Pay attention. Nothing is random. Every repeating number, every unexpected encounter, every strangely timed event is a thread in the tapestry of your unfolding. Trust the signs, even when they make no logical sense. Trust your gut, even when your mind cannot explain why. What signs have been following you, whispering that you are more powerful, more sacred, more destined than you remember? Spiritual guides will appear when you are ready. Sometimes they come in dreams, sometimes in the form of mentors, books, even strangers. I met my first guide in the depths of meditation, a presence so ancient, so loving, that every cell of my being vibrated with recognition. Guides do not control you. They illuminate the path already within you. Are you listening closely enough to hear the guidance that is already being offered? At a certain point, visions may come. You may see flashes of light behind your closed eyes, intricate patterns, entire landscapes that feel more real than anything in the physical world. Do not dismiss them. These are glimpses into the higher realms, into the true architecture of existence. Do not chase them either. The goal is not to accumulate visions, but to anchor their wisdom into your daily life. How would you live differently if you knew the visions you receive are real and they are calling you to action? Emotion becomes a compass in the higher realms. Feelings of profound peace, overwhelming love, or sudden inspiration are signs that you are aligning with higher frequencies. Follow what feels expansive, what feels luminous. Move away from what feels constrictive or draining. Your emotions are sacred instruments tuned to the music of the cosmos. Are you brave enough to trust your heart over the noise of the world? The deeper you go, the more you must cultivate purity of intention. Why do you seek mystic vision? Is it for power, for escape, or for genuine union with the divine? Spirit cannot be fooled. Only a heart burning with true longing, with true humility, can pass through the final gates. Look within yourself now. What is the deepest longing that drives your quest for awakening? There will be tests. Illusions will tempt you. False visions will try to ensnare you. The ego will try to claim the gifts of spirit as its own. Stay vigilant. Stay humble. Anchor yourself always in love, in service, in the remembrance that this path is not about self-glorification, but about becoming a vessel for the sacred. How will you guard your heart against the subtle traps that await the unwary seeker? The higher you rise, the more responsibility you carry. Mystic vision is not a prize, it is a sacred trust. You are shown what you are shown so that you may help lift the world, not just yourself. Every insight, every revelation must be offered back in service to the greater whole. How will you use your awakening to heal, to inspire, to awaken others? Awakening mystic vision is not a destination, it is a continual unfolding. Every day, every moment, you are either deepening your connection to the sacred or drifting further from it. Choose consciously. Choose devotion over distraction. Choose wonder over cynicism. Choose love over fear. What choices will you make today to step closer to the higher realms that await you? And finally, know this: you were born for this. You are not here by accident. The longing you feel, the pull you cannot explain, is the call of your own soul remembering its true home. You are a bridge between worlds, a bearer of light in a world that desperately needs it. The time is now. The gates are open. Will you step through? As we continue deeper into the sacred journey of awakening mystic vision, we must understand that seeing the unseen is not about acquiring new abilities, but about returning to our original essence. We were born with the eyes of spirit wide open, but layer by layer, the noise of the world, the pain of living, the conditioning of fear covered them. Awakening mystic vision is not about becoming something more. It is about removing what was never truly you. Imagine if everything you ever needed to perceive higher realms was already within you, waiting only for your permission to emerge. What layers are you still clinging to that blind you from seeing with the eyes of the soul? One of the most powerful practices to reawaken this vision is conscious breathwork. Breath is the bridge between body and spirit, between the seen and the unseen. Through specific breathing techniques, we can clear stagnant energies, dissolve mental fog, and pierce the veil that separates worlds. I remember the first time I used breath as a key. It was as if a storm swept through my being, tearing down walls I didn't even know existed. How deeply are you willing to breathe if you knew that each breath could open a door to the infinite? As your inner sight reawakens, you will notice your senses becoming sharper in ways that are difficult to explain. Colors may seem more vibrant, sounds more layered with hidden meaning. Even the air itself may feel alive with presence. These are not hallucinations. They are glimpses into the living energy that underpins reality. Your mystic vision tunes you to the subtle orchestra playing behind the noise of the physical world. How would your life change if you could hear the music of creation itself? Prepare yourself, for as your vision sharpens, you will also see the distortions, the falsehoods, the energies that are out of alignment. Awakening mystic vision is not only about beauty and light, it is about seeing all things as they are, without illusion. There is nowhere to hide from truth once your eyes are open. Are you ready to see not only the divine but also the shadows that must be healed within yourself and in the world? Sacred sound becomes another key. Mantras, chants, harmonic tones, these vibrations align your being with higher frequencies and open gateways within. I have chanted ancient words until the very atoms of my body seemed to dissolve into light, until I stood in the center of a vast, echoing silence where only pure being remained. Sound is not entertainment. It is a vehicle for transcendence. When was the last time you allowed sacred sound to wash through you, to reshape you from within? Another profound practice is the use of sacred symbols and sigils. These are not merely drawings, they are living codes. each line and curve a map to higher consciousness. Creating or meditating upon a sacred symbol can activate dormant memories of your soul's true nature. I challenge you, what symbol calls to you from beyond memory, asking you to remember a truth too vast for words? You must also cultivate the discipline of inner stillness. In a world addicted to motion, stillness becomes an act of rebellion, of reclamation. In stillness, the noise of the mind falls away, and the subtle whispers of spirit can finally be heard. How often do you sit in pure, undistracted stillness, allowing yourself to become a vast, open sky into which visions can descend? There will be moments of overwhelming emotion as you awaken. Waves of grief, ecstasy, rage, or bliss may arise seemingly without cause. These are energetic purges, the clearing of old densities that cannot survive in the light of your awakened vision. Do not resist them. Let them flow through you like rivers breaking through dams. What emotions are you still afraid to feel fully, and what new freedom waits beyond them? As you journey deeper, you may encounter beings of light, guides, ancestors, star beings, aspects of your higher self. They may come in dreams, in meditations, in waking visions. Approach them with discernment and humility. Not every being that appears is aligned with your highest good. Trust your inner knowing. It will never lead you astray. Are you cultivating the inner discernment to recognize true guidance from deception? Nature becomes a living temple for those with mystic vision. Every tree, every stone, every breeze becomes a teacher, a doorway, a reflection of the infinite. You are not separate from nature. You are an extension of its sacred intelligence. Go into the wild places. Listen to the rivers, the mountains, the stars. What messages are being whispered to you through the living world? Energy work becomes an integral part of your path. Learning to feel, move, and shape energy within and around you is not magic. It is your birthright. Hands tingling with unseen fire, hearts expanding with waves of bliss, minds quieted by currents of cosmic force. These are the signs that you are remembering the ancient art of energy mastery. Will you reclaim your forgotten power to shape reality from the inside out? One of the most important aspects of sustaining mystic vision is integrity. Every lie you tell, every betrayal of your own soul, dims your light and clouds your sight. Integrity is not a set of rules imposed by others. It is the natural expression of a soul aligned with truth. When your inner life and outer life are one seamless whole, the higher realms open effortlessly. Where in your life are you still living out of alignment, and what would it mean to walk as pure light? As your vision strengthens, paradoxes will become your companions. You will see that up is down, that death is birth, that separation is illusion. Your mind may resist, but your soul will recognize the deeper harmony in all things. Mystic vision does not simplify reality. It reveals its infinite complexity and infinite unity simultaneously. Are you ready to embrace the mystery rather than demand answers? Initiations will come. Some will be gentle, like a soft rain. Others will be brutal, like a lightning strike. Each initiation strips away another layer of illusion, another false shelter, until only your immortal self remains. Welcome them, even when they break you. Especially when they break you. What part of you must be shattered so that the unbreakable part may shine through? At times you will feel like you are losing your mind. In truth, you are losing the false mind, the conditioned mind, the prison mind. The mystic vision requires that you trust the voice of the heart and the intuition of the soul above the rationality of fear. Madness and awakening are close siblings. The difference is surrender. Will you surrender to the deeper intelligence rising within you? Sacred community becomes essential. Find others who are walking the path of awakening, not to lean on them, but to reflect your light back to you. In sacred community, we remember that we are not alone, that we are strands in a vast, luminous web. Isolation was necessary for the beginning. Connection is necessary for the continuation. Who is your soul tribe, and how will you find them if you have not yet? You must also learn the art of sacred dreaming, not just nighttime dreams, but the conscious dreams you weave with your intention and your will. Dream the world you wish to inhabit. Dream your highest self into being. Dream the healing of the earth into existence. Your dreams are blueprints. Your visions are seeds. What dreams are you planting with the soil of your soul? Above all, never forget that the goal is not escape, but embodiment. You are not here to flee the world. You are here to light it up from within. Bring the visions down into action. Turn the revelations into service. Make your life a living bridge between heaven and earth. How will you embody the higher realms in the way you walk, speak, love, and create? And finally, remember, the mystic vision is not a destination you finally reach. It is a way of being you cultivate every moment. Every breath you take with awareness, every act you perform with love, every truth you choose to live, polishes the mirror of your soul until it reflects the infinite. You are not seeking something outside of you. You are remembering what you have always been. Will you remember now? The final stages of awakening mystic vision are not about fireworks or constant supernatural experiences. They are about becoming so deeply attuned to the frequency of the sacred that miracles become your normal state of being. When I first stepped fully into this space, I realized that the true wonder is not in seeing visions, but in living every moment as a vision. The trees spoke without words, the air shimmered with possibilities, and every encounter became a sacred meeting. What would your life feel like if every moment was filled with the undeniable presence of the divine? At this level, humility becomes your shield and your guide. The more you see, the more you realize how little you truly know. The vastness of creation stretches out before you, and you bow before its majesty, not out of fear, but out of awe. True mystic vision humbles you, because it shows you that you are both infinitely small and infinitely significant. How often do you allow yourself to stand in wonder at the vast mystery you are a part of? Gratitude transforms from being an occasional practice to becoming your constant state. Every breath is a gift, every heartbeat a miracle, every sorrow a hidden blessing. Gratitude opens the heart wide enough for the infinite to pour through. I found that the more I gave thanks, even for the smallest of things, the more my vision cleared, the more the veils parted. What have you been overlooking that, if seen through the eyes of gratitude, would reveal itself as a doorway to the divine? At this stage, service becomes inevitable. You no longer ask, "What can I get?" but "How can I give?" Your mystic vision shows you the invisible wounds of the world, and your soul aches to heal them. You realize that every act of kindness, Every word of encouragement, every vibration of love you emit changes the very fabric of reality. Are you ready to become a conscious co-creator, healing the world not through force, but through the quiet, unstoppable power of your awakened heart? You will learn that time itself behaves differently in higher realms. Moments stretch and collapse, synchronicities pile upon synchronicities, until it feels like you are living inside a great cosmic symphony. I once spent what felt like hours journeying through realms of light during a meditation that lasted only minutes in Earth time. Time is a construct designed for learning. Mystic vision allows you to dance outside of its rigid structures. How would you live differently if you knew that time bends to the will of spirit? Another sacred realization is that you are not awakening alone. Across the planet, millions are hearing the same call, feeling the same stirring. The Great Awakening is not an isolated event. It is a collective surge, a rising tide lifting all who are ready. When you feel lonely on this path, remember, you are part of a vast, luminous family, connected across time and space by threads of light. Have you opened your heart fully to the invisible community walking beside you? You will come to see that suffering was never meant to break you, but to sculpt you. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every loss carved away the false, the shallow, the unnecessary, until only the essential remained. Mystic vision does not erase your scars, it illuminates them, makes them sacred. They are proof of your journey, your courage, your unstoppable will to grow. How would you honor your wounds if you saw them not as flaws, but as sacred inscriptions of your becoming? You will also learn that the physical world is not separate from the spiritual. It is a manifestation of it. Matter is spirit slowed down into form. Your mystic vision will allow you to see the interplay of energies behind every material thing, to sense the spirit inhabiting every rock, every river, every creature. The earth itself will become your living temple, your holy book. How would you treat the world differently if you knew it was alive with divine consciousness? As your vision matures, compassion deepens. You will see the fears hidden behind anger, the grief hidden behind cruelty, the longing hidden behind every mask. You will stop judging and start understanding. You will fight not against people, but against ignorance, against the illusions that cause suffering. Can you love even those who are trapped in darkness, knowing that they too are fragments of the same sacred whole? You will develop the gift of sacred patience. Awakening is not a race. Some transformations take moments, others take lifetimes. But mystic vision shows you the long view, the great spiral of evolution unfolding perfectly in its own time. You will trust the process, even when you cannot see the next step. In what areas of your life are you being called to cultivate deeper patience, deeper trust? You will see that true power is not domination but alignment. Power is not forcing reality to your will. It is aligning so completely with the will of the divine that miracles flow through you effortlessly. You become a vessel, a brush in the hand of the great artist, painting realities more beautiful than you could have imagined. What small acts of alignment could you practice today to become a clearer channel for divine power? Mystic vision will teach you the art of sacred boundaries. Not all energies are meant to travel with you. Not all relationships are aligned with your highest path. You will learn to say no, not out of fear, but out of love for what you are becoming. Every no to what dims your light is a yes to your greater destiny. Where in your life are you being asked to draw sacred boundaries and protect your emerging vision? You will encounter moments of profound union with the Source, moments where all separation dissolves and only pure being remains. These moments may last seconds or hours, but they will change you forever. After such a moment, you can never fully return to the smallness you once inhabited. You have tasted the infinite, and it has left its mark upon your soul. What would it mean for you to live every day remembering that you are already one with all that is? Creativity will explode within you as mystic vision awakens. Songs, poems, paintings, inventions, new ways of being will flow through you as the divine seeks expression through your unique vessel. Creativity is not about talent. It is about surrendering to the flow of cosmic energy. When was the last time you created something not for approval, but simply to let the infinite dance through you? You will come to understand that death itself is not an end, but a doorway. Mystic vision peels back the fear of death, revealing it as a transition, a homecoming, a continuation of the great adventure. You will live more fully because you no longer fear the end. Every moment becomes precious, not because it is fleeting, but because it is eternal. How would you live if you knew with certainty that there is no true death, only transformation? You will realize that the greatest mystery of all is love. Not the love of possession or condition, but the love that underlies the very fabric of existence. Love is the force that birthed the stars, that weaves galaxies, that breathes life into every atom. Mystic vision is ultimately the vision of love made visible. Are you ready to see that you are, and have always been, an expression of this infinite love? In the final understanding, you will see that there is no separation between you and the higher realms. You are the higher realms, dreaming yourself into form for the sheer joy of experience. Awakening mystic vision is simply the process of remembering this truth and living from it without fear, without hesitation, without end. The journey is not upward, it is inward, deeper and deeper into the infinite within. You are the mystic. You are the vision. You are the realm you seek to enter. And now the question remains, will you open your eyes and step fully into the sacred reality that has been waiting for you all along?